Hello viewers, welcome to AIMS India live session, NEET Foundation, Biology. In this video, I am here with a very interesting topic, cell and organization. So let me ask you a few questions. Can we able to see the cell with our naked eye? Please answer those who are in live chat. Let us make the video live. So in this video, what is cell? What are the types of cell? And what are the how the cells are formed? These basic concepts we are going to discuss. Are you ready? Let us proceed. Structure of cell. First, what is cell? Cell is nothing but the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Any living organism is composed of cell. It is structural as well as functional unit. Let us recall our previous knowledge. How these cells are formed. Number of cells. If you see different organisms, there are unicellular organisms. Based on cell number, we can classify the organisms into unicellular, multicellular. Okay, how we classify the organisms here? Unicellular. Unicellular means the organisms which are made up of single cell. Such organisms are called unicellular organisms. Example, amoeba, bacteria, chlamydomonas. Not only these, you have to think. So amoeba belongs to which? Is it animal or a plant? Animal. Very good. It belongs to which phylum? Protozoa. Protozoa are unicellular animals. So can you name some other examples? Paramecium, Euglena, Elphidium, like that. So many examples are there in this phylum Protozoa. They are unicellular. And bacteria. Bacteria also unicellular organism. Here, Chlamydomonas belongs to which group? It is algae. So here, amoeba is given. It is a unicellular organism. Though it is unicellular organism, its cell is considered as structural and functional unit. All functions are carried out by this single cell. Next, multicellular organisms. What are multicellular organisms? The organisms which are made up of many cells, they are called multicellular organisms. So here, example, plants, animals. Can you give some other multicellular organisms? Only plants and animals? Yes. Along with the plants and animals, some multicellular fungi are also there. Okay. So the knowledge which you are gaining, you have to apply, you have to search. Okay. So my suggestion for you is, children, whenever we are highlighting the point, you please note down in the paper if time allows you. So here example, plant and one animal is given. They are multicellular. What is the meaning of multicellular? The organism made up of many cells. Let us proceed. Cell size. It is one of the very important which you already studied in the 8th class. Cells are extremely small. Therefore, they can be only observed under microscope. You might have observed slides under microscope in your school science laboratory. So cells are measured in micrometers or microns. They are very small. Means they are not visible to our naked eye. We are taking the help of microscope to see these organisms. The smallest cell is mycoplasma. Please note down, children. What is mycoplasma? Mycoplasma is unicellular bacteria, smallest bacteria. It is 0.2 to 0.4 micron size, very small. It is also called PPLO. PPLO. Please note down the full form. Pleuropneumonia-like organisms. Pleuropneumonia-like organisms. So actually these bacteria are present in the body, and they are not, the symptoms are not visible because they take much time to cause the symptoms to multiply. So these are the smallest cells, 0.2 to 0.4 micrometers is the size of these mycoplasma. Next, here different cell, nerve cell. Nerve cell is the longest cell, longest in length. Next, the largest cell. Largest single cell is ostrich egg. The longest nerve cell is present in the neurons of spinal cord. Next, shape of the cell. The shape of the cell varies in different organisms. The shape of the plant cell is different from that of animal cell, and they may be different shapes: spherical, oval, elliptical, spindle, or cuboidal, polygonal, columnar, or flat plate-like. Here different cells are given. Here Chlamydomonas, bacteria, okay, some other unicellular organism, liver cell, hepatocytes called as fat cell, adipocytes they are called, smooth muscle cell, it is present in the intestine, and neuron, nerve cell, bone cell is called as osteocyte, diatom, it is an algae, unicellular, and here human spermatozoa, it is a male gamete. Like this, if you observe these shapes, they are of different shapes. They are of different shapes. So the shapes of the cells varies from organism to organism. But cell is still considered as basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. This definition you have to remember. Let us proceed to further. In the structure of cell, let us see the cross section of plant cell and animal cell. A typical plant cell and animal cell. Please listen carefully. Based on this slide, you are going to have an exercise. So, this is plant cell. When it is observed under microscope, it shows the following features. Cytoplasm and cell membrane. I am underlining those parts which are common. Endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, Golgi complex, nucleus, mitochondria. Okay. These are some of the parts which are common in both plant cell and animal cell. So let us see one by one. What is cytoplasm? The cytoplasm, or we can also call it as cytosol sometimes. It can be defined as the intracellular fluid or the cytoplasmic matrix present inside the cell membrane. Okay, this is the cell membrane. The limit is there for this cytoplasm. And we can also divide the cytoplasm into protoplasm also. Another term, protoplasm. Protoplasm is equal to, I am telling equation, cytoplasm plus nucleus plus all cell organelles. Cytoplasm is equal to minus nucleus. Cytoplasm doesn't include nucleus, but protoplasm is the total liquid part of the cell where entire contents of the cell are present. So let us proceed one by one. Here, cell wall. Cell wall is an important structure present only in the plant cell. It is absent in the animal cell. It protects the plant cell. And vacuole. It is also another important structure which is present only in the plant cell. Sometimes it is larger than the nucleus. The size of this vacuole indicates the age of the plant cell. In mature plant cell, the size is more, which pushes the nucleus aside. Nucleus, it is very important structure, which is most prominent structure in the cell. Commonly I am telling, nucleus is the most prominent structure in the cell, which is visible in the microscope very clearly. This nucleus is also called as the cell brain. It controls almost all functions of the cell. Next, plastid. This is also one of the structure which is present only in the plant cell. It is absent in the animal cell. So this chloroplast is the structure where photosynthesis reaction takes place. The function of nucleus is controls all the functions, whereas the chloroplast is specific. It performs photosynthesis. So in the further videos we are going to discuss in detail. I am giving you here only briefly. Mitochondria. It is present both in plant cell and animal cell. It is called powerhouse of the cell, which involves in respiration. Next, endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, there are two endoplasmic reticulums are there, rough and smooth. The main function is protein synthesis and secretion of lipids. Ribosome. Ribosomes are also present both in plant cell and animal cell. The main function is protein synthesis. The Golgi complex or Golgi body, which is also present in both plant and animal cell. The main function is secretion of proteins. So secretion of lipids or secretion is the main function of Golgi complex. So like this, in animals the vacuole is present. That vacuoles are simple compared to the plant cells. These are small in size. They are called often called as food vacuoles and contractile vacuoles. Okay. So here the cell, we have to discuss prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. What is a prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell? The cell which we have discussed here, plant cell and animal cell, they are eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cell means well developed nucleus with well organized or nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope with a double layered nuclear envelope is present, then it is called a eukaryotic cell. Whereas in bacteria, cyanobacteria, they are monoderms, they are prokaryotic. Prokaryotic means without nucleus, only this genetic material is present, only genetic material DNA or RNA is present. Okay, such organisms are called prokaryote. So let us see the difference between plant cell and animal cell. If you take size, plant cells are large in size, animal cells are small in size, and the structures which are varying: cell wall present in the plant cell and is absent in the animal cell. Plastids, they are present in the plant cell, absent in the animal cell. Vacuoles, more number and large in size, less in number and smaller in size. Okay, reverse. Golgi bodies present in the simple form called dictyosomes. Dictyosomes. And here they are present in highly elaborated form. Golgi bodies are present in highly elaborated form. Next, centrosomes with centrioles. They are absent, but here centrosome is mentioned. Centrosome is produced at the time of cell division in plant cells. compared to animal cells. In animal cells, a clear, distinct centrosome is present, which include two centrioles, helps in the cell division. So this is briefly about the structure of plant cell and animal cell. So let us proceed to next slide, organization. Actually, what is organization? Organization. There are millions of different things in this world around us. Yes, some of them are living and some of them are non-living. So organization is present both in living and non-living. But living things exist along with non-living objects on this earth. Living things show characteristics which include cellular organization, nutrition, respiration, growth, excretion, reproduction, movement, and response to stimuli. Whereas all these things are absent in the non-living things. In addition to cellular organization, the living things exhibit unique organization which allows them to coordinate the different functions of life. This is very important characteristic feature. The term organization or definition, the term organization denotes the manner in which smaller units or components of any structure are aggregated into higher or bigger units. Means small things combined to form big things. So here the image shows the organization. First atoms, very small, then molecules. Atoms combine to form molecules. Molecules are compounds. They combine to form organelles. If you come to living organisms, organelles. Several organelles combine to form a cell. Several cells combine to form tissues. Several tissues combine to form organs. And several organs combine to form organ system. And several organ systems united to form finally organism. The process of formation of organism takes place like this. These are the different levels of organization from simple to complex. But the organization does not end with organism. It will proceed further. Let us see how it will proceed. Levels of organization. Levels of organization. There are two broad levels of organization. One below the level of the organism and another one above the level of organism. These two levels constitute the lower level and higher level of organization respectively. Each living organism is made up of parts, subparts, and so on. For example, in flowering plants, they are roots, stem, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. These are all parts together, and they also have subparts that together form the plant body, broadly divided into root system and the shoot system. See here, levels of organization, two levels in the beginning. So let us see in the animals also how the organization. Likewise, in animals also, there are parts such as head, neck, abdomen, hands, legs, feet, eyes. So like that, all parts represent the lower level of organization, and finally they combine to form the higher level organism. So up to this level, below the organism, this is lower level of organization, and from population to this is high level of organization up to formation of universe. Okay, so atoms combine to form molecules, combine to form protoplasm, living substance. Then the protoplasm forms the cells, forms the tissues. Further, you want to mention protoplasm forms the organelles, then cells, then tissues, then organs, organisms. Group of organisms combine to form populations. Group of populations in an area forms the communities. Several communities form the ecosystems, and several ecosystems form the biomes, and several biomes together form the biosphere on this earth. Okay, and several solar systems, galaxies, and entire universe is formed. This is the organization. Okay, this order from a ascending descending order. Okay, if you come from atoms to universe, it is ascending order. Again from universe to atoms, descending order. So let us see levels of organization. First, molecular level organization. What is molecular level of organization? All organisms are made up of cells. The cells are made up of smaller parts called organelles. The organelles, in turn, they are made up of various molecules. The molecules are made up of atoms of various elements. Here some important primary atoms are given. The organic, almost all tissues are organic in nature. So they contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. Out of which carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen it is present in carbohydrates, fats, and carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen also present. Sulfur also present in the proteins. Proteins are called building blocks of the cells. Cells are called building blocks of the organisms. Okay, these molecules have further given rise to large molecules and compounds like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, nucleic acids. Nucleic acids means DNA and RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid, which are present inside the nucleus, genetic material. The living substance called protoplasm is formed, which makes up the cells. It is made up of all these components. Protoplasm is composed of macromolecules. Molecules combined to form macromolecules. What are macromolecules here? Proteins, fats, nucleic acids, carbohydrates. These are all macromolecules. Then DNA, it is an important compound responsible for the transfer of characters from parents to children. It is known as the molecule of life. Thus, at the molecular level, following organization takes place. Here atoms gives rise to molecules. Molecules gives rise to macromolecules or compounds. Then it gives rise to organelles. Finally, these organelles will form the cells like this. So here levels of organization, example is given. Same procedure is there both in plants as well as in animals. If you take in plants, cells, tissues, organs, organ system, that is root system and shoot system. Then in animals, cells form the tissues, and these tissues may be different organs. Here heart is given, circulatory system. Then here organism, horse is given. Okay, several organ systems combine to form organism. Next, in the further levels of organization, cellular level of organization. Cellular level of organization, a cell is the lowest level of cellular organization. It is simplest living unit and it is capable of performing all the functions of life. In a unicellular organism like amoeba, paramecium and bacteria, all the functions are carried out by the single cell. That's why the cell is considered as structural and functional unit of all living organisms. If you take multicellular organisms, in a multicellular organism, although each cell can carry out the important functions of life, it is not capable of existence on its own. A muscle cell cannot obtain its own food. Here example is given, interesting example. A muscle cell cannot obtain its own food or oxygen. Other specialized cells in the body collect food or carry oxygen. Come on, tell me how the oxygen and food is carried to the different cells in the body. Please answer. How the here, yes, the blood. The blood is the tissue. The blood cells RBC. It carries the oxygen. The plasma also carries some nutrients to the glucose is the important nutrient carried to the different cells in the body. So muscle cell itself is not getting all these things by its own, but some specialized cells are helping. So all the cells do not perform all the jobs. Different tasks or functions like ingestion of the food, digestion, respiration, excretion, and reproduction are divided among the group of cells. In animals, different organ systems are present. For example, nerve cells are very long, and this helps them to conduct messages from the one part of the body to another part. It is the function of nerve cell. Similarly, in plants, there are tissues like xylem and phloem. Xylem elements are long and tubular and are specialized for the movement of water from roots to the upper part, stem and leaves. So, conclusion, structure is related to function. Okay. Here, digestive system performs digestion. Respiratory system performs respiration. Circulatory system transport. Excretory system excretion. And the reproductive system reproduction. Production of gametes, fusion of gametes, and fertilization, formation of embryo. So, like that, every tissue or the structure of a cell or tissue is related to its function. For example, here I will show you the three parts of plant. One is root, second one is leaf, third one is flower. Are they all perform same function or the same tissue is present in all the parts? Please answer. Yes. If you take the different parts of the plant, the organization in the leaf supports photosynthesis function. The organization in the root supports conduction, transport. The organization in the flower, it supports reproduction. So, that's why the formation of organism involves organization. So, how the organism is formed? First, cells divides to form tissues combine to form organ, and organs combine to form organ systems, then organism. So, in the development process also same procedure. First, gametes fuse to form zygote, divides to form embryo, and a process called differentiation takes place and the tissues are formed. Like that, several tissues are formed from different germinal layers in the animals. In the plants, basically, how many systems are there? Only two main systems. One is root system and another one is shoot system. Okay, let us proceed. How far you understood? Let us test ourselves. First question. The lowest level of organization is a tissue, organism, organelle, cell. Please answer the question in the live chat. The lowest level of organization is a yes. Some of you are answering A. Tissue means group of cells. Organism formed by group of organelle systems. Organelle is individual, but the lowest level or basic level of organization is cell. Cell or organelle? Come on. C or D? Here lowest level of organization is asked. So C is the correct answer. The basic level of organization means cell we can consider. Okay. So let us consider organelle is smaller than the cell. Next question. The outermost covering of animal cell is cell wall, nuclear envelope, plasma membrane, tonoplast. So here always remember in multiple choice question, two options are closely related. Did you identify the two options here? Cell membrane and tonoplast. So cell wall, it is present in the plant cell. Nuclear membrane, it is the covering of nucleus. The outermost covering of cell is plasma membrane. Then what is tonoplast? Tonoplast also a plasma membrane only, but it is the covering of the vacuole. Okay, so here the answer is plasma membrane. In animal cell, plasma membrane is the outermost covering. Some of you answered A. A is present in the plant cell wall. So cell wall now it is present in plants. Come on, now answer this question. Fungi, algae and bacteria, all of the above. Please answer this question. The cell wall is present in plants, fungi, yes. Some of you are answering A, some of you are answering D, some of you answered plants. Okay, most of you answered D. Plants, fungi, bacteria and algae. Okay, so cell wall is present in all of these organisms. Plant cell, fungi, algae and bacteria, they all belongs to plant kingdom only. Okay. Let us, but their composition is different. The cell wall in plants, cellulose is the main. Okay. In some, hemicellulose is present. Let us proceed. The next question. Plastids are present in yeast, mushrooms, green plants and algae, all of the above. Plastids are present. Please answer this question. Plastids are present. Green plastids. What are the green plastids? Chloroplasts. These plastids are divided into different types depending upon the pigment present in them. What are those plastids? Chloroplasts, chromoplasts, amyloplasts. Okay. So I got the answer. Some of you answered B. Answer C. Some are answering D also. No. Here, plastics are present. C is the correct answer. Green plants and algae, they possess plastids. Main plastids, chloroplasts are present. And yeast and mushroom, there are no plastids. Though they belongs to plant kingdom, they undergo saprophytic nutrition because of absence of these plastids only. Let us proceed to next question. Cell organelles found only in plants. We discussed the difference between plants and animal cell. Now please answer this. Golgi complex, mitochondria, plastids, ribosomes. Come on. Children who are in live class, please chat with me. Cell organelles found only in plant cell. Golgi complex. First you have to analyze the question. Golgi complex. It is present in animal cell also. Mitochondria. It is present in animal cell also. Ribosomes. It is also present in the animal cell. Yes, most of you chosen the correct answer. C. Plastids are the only organelles present in plants. Next question. The largest cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, chloroplast, nucleus. Come on, please answer the question. The largest cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, chloroplast, nucleus. What is the correct answer? C, A, D. Like that you are answering. Okay. Let us analyze the question. Yes. Nucleus. In the beginning only, I told you. The most prominent cell organelle among all the organelles present in the cell, the most prominent, when we observe under microscope, clearly visible. So, nucleus is the most largest organelle. Here, vacuole is not mentioned. If plant cell, vacuole is also visible. But here, among the multiple choice question, you have to select the best option. Okay? Here, the best option is nucleus. Next question. Identify the prokaryotic cell. Bacterium, blue-green algae, amoeba and euglena, or bacterium and blue-green algae. Identify the prokaryotic cell among the following. Which is the correct option? Bacterium, blue-green algae, amoeba and euglena. Okay. Here, bacteria is unicellular organism. It is prokaryotic. Why it is prokaryotic? First, you have to analyze the definition. What is prokaryotic cell? The prokaryotic cell is pro means primitive. Karyon means nucleus. A organism with a primitive nucleus is called prokaryotic cell. So bacteria are without nucleus, we can say only nuclear material is present. So bacteria is prokaryotic. Blue-green algae or cyanobacteria, it is also prokaryotic. Amoeba and euglena, they are well-developed nucleus is present in them. Okay. Protozoa, they are unicellular, eukaryotic. So here the correct option is both A and B. Next question. Which of the following cell parts can be found in an animal cell? Cell wall and plastids, plasma membrane, nucleus, both B and C options. Come on. Which of the following cell parts can be found in an animal cell? Very good. One of you answered A. A and D. D or A. So reading question and understanding question is very important. Which of the following cell parts can be found in an animal cell? You have to consider only animal cell. If you are selecting A means cell wall and plastids, they are present in the plant cell. If you take plasma membrane, it is present both in plant cell and animal cell. Nucleus also. So here animal cell, which organelles are present? So answer is D. Both plasma membrane and nucleus. B and C. Great. Thank you for watching the video. AIMS India providing you online videos. This will help you to understand some important concepts. Please utilize this opportunity and please subscribe our channel. Thank you.